I'm Amy Bezek, and you are in Edwardsville, Pennsylvania. This is our main street. We're applying for the revitalization of a main street, specifically a little more historic. So we're going to show you some buildings that exist in the town of Edwardsville, Pennsylvania. And in all reality, this is a borough. We have less than 5,000 residents. So our Shanix building was built in 1910. Which is this one. Great building, needs a little bit of love. There used to be a restaurant in here, and I would love to see a restaurant come back. Here we have, this used to be the Island Club. This building, I want to say, yes, 1903. Talk about an old historic building, and it needs a little bit of love, or maybe a lot of it, but it definitely needs some love. So we're applying, and we're going to take you up and down this main street and show you every single building that needs some love and the reason why Edwardsville needs to win this contest. Boom! All right, here's another building Julia's going to show you. Two open storefronts. It's been vacant for quite some time. I believe this building was built in the early 1900s. Not exactly sure of the year. But it would be so cool, like, can you imagine, like, an old ice cream parlor, like a vintage candy shop or something? And
nice seat in the window.
Yeah, window seats, you know, even little table out here for people to hang out. You know, this could be something. I would actually love to bring a whole vintage vibe back, like a vintage candy store, a vintage ice cream shop, a vintage blues club, a vintage jazz club, a salsa club, man, just anything to liven this street up. So, as you can see, this is just vacant. It's been sitting vacant, and I just want to see shops in all of these little storefronts. This is our borough building. I am one out of the 5 local residents who attends council meetings, and we have been doing everything we can to better the main street. It does take money, it takes time, energy and effort and teamwork. So I would love to see more people attend our council meetings. I mean, literally, it's me and 4 other people besides council. So step it up, everybody. Be the change you want to see in the world. All right, now we are in front of Empire Arcade's building, which you can see this beautiful mural. By the way, I am the vice president of the Street Art Society, NEPA. I call it NEPA. Some people call it NEPA, like potato, potato, tomato, tomato. You know, I say NEPA. So Street Art Society of NEPA, we have been painting murals and applying for grants to bring more art to our area as well. Luckily, Edwardsville is getting several murals as part of the grant process. Other towns in our community as well. This mural was painted by Evan Lovett, who is a phenomenal artist and also a tattoo artist out of Philly. Check him out. His pieces are beautiful. He completed this mural in 2 days. And this is Empire Arcade. It still needs love inside. There's storefronts that are vacant. We'll show you when we walk around front. But like I said again, it would be great to have shops in all these little storefronts. So let's show you the storefront. I mean, literally, there's 4 storefronts here, but no stores. 1, 2. And truthfully, what I would love to see in here is a vintage arcade, because there's all vintage arcade machines in here, and kids need that. Like, they need to get out of their house, and they should go back and put a quarter in a machine and socialize and play games with people instead of playing games with themselves.
Center.
Oh, totally. You could do so much. So much. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4 storefronts. This would be an awesome vintage arcade, man. Let's bring it back.
This is definitely a cute little place you can make a hangout.
Right.
Benches and a little table.
Yeah. Awesome. Just look across the street. There's another historic building. Thank God there's 2 stores in that storefront, but nobody lives above. We need to get those apartments rented. We need more people on this main street. And we need more storefronts where people can hang out, not just electricians and plumbers and, you know, computer repair people. Yes, I love all of you. I couldn't live without you. But we need like restaurants, clubs, and things for people to be more socially active and build community. So this building was also built in the early 1900s, I believe. We'll check out the year because there is one on top. It was a pharmacy forever, Florenza's Pharmacy. There's 2 apartments above. The owner did pass away, God bless his soul. This building is currently for sale, and I would love to see another awesome storefront in here as well. A little extra love. But we'll walk through. Julia's gonna give you a pan. Woo! Welcome to Edwardsville. Born and raised. No transplant here. So here's the other side, and I'm going to, we'll show you, I'm gonna check this. Well, the year's gone. The year's gone, but what I love about this building too is the sun might be too bright. There's still old, like 1970s advertisements on the back of this building, which is pretty dope in my opinion. Across the street we have the Clemmar House, another very old building. This is a halfway house for men to better their lives who have fallen into addiction. I would love to see a parking lot next door actually for families to come and visit because they don't have parking. Hopefully in the future there'll be a beautiful mural on this building as well, and you know, just to lift up the spirits of especially people like that are struggling with addiction, depression or anything. Art just lifts your spirits. You see something beautiful, it makes you feel good inside. So anything we can do to beautify this main street, I'm all for. I've been doing it for free for the past 2 years. So
maybe some inspirational quotes
yeah,
that they could
that
see.
Would be really cool too. Inspirational quotes. Oh, that might be phase number 4. So let's see. As you can see across the street, whew, that building needs a lot of love. The majority of the buildings on our main street were built in the late 1800s, early 1900s. We have another one. This is a little newer, as you can tell, because that kind of block wasn't used way back in the day. Everything was like brick or stucco. But again, another storefront with no store. We need help here. Then we have a cute little like southern soul shop food. They need me to take their food photos. It'll show their food and represent their food better. By the way, I'm a local photographer. My studio's here in Edwardsville inside my house, AB Photography LLC. Check it out. Anything we can do to better the town. Now, all these buildings were built a little later than the early 1900s. But yet again, here we go. I'm going to show you storefront after storefront after storefront that there's no stores in, no shops, and nothing. It's sad. It makes my heart hurt because I just want to see all of these storefronts filled with life and people and, you know, community. Everybody walking down the streets, hanging out, just having a good time, enjoying life. Across the street, definitely needs, you know, honestly, I love the keystoning. I love the bricks. I'm a big fan of architecture. I originally went to college for architectural engineering and interior design, but it still needs love. Definitely needs love. Another storefront with no store. Another storefront with no store. This, let me tell you a little story about this. This used to be my favorite candy store when I was a child, because I live right here on Green Street, up the hill. There was a building here that they knocked down because I guess it wasn't salvageable. Always breaks my heart when old buildings get knocked down. That really does affect me because I love old architecture. But I would walk down this hill as a kid. This was the penny candy store. So it was like Swedish fish for a penny. Everything was a penny. Do you remember the flying saucers you'd stick in your mouth and those little beads and they would melt? Sort of like you ate styrofoam, but it tasted so good as a kid. This was the coolest candy shop. And now, as you can see, it is nothing for some reason. We need to bring love back to this town.